petrol so Ghana ni bi etua bi the 1 cedi per liter no ochina ene nyame yadom a ehyasie na eno ehyasie a ehon sunsanso ne say drivers union no dey wetu dwa sesa ban e de sa to yi ba ene omunso betu wo hofo na transfer fare trotro tase ometutum. What is going to happen from tomorrow? Copec for Abamanie se to no hyase ekina no petrol price ebe cost by 9%. Na just petrol ya auto bia no diesel auto and gas auto nyina no ebo no peja enso akosro be ni aka ho asem. And the Bank of Ghana amrado Dr. Esiama ne Penifuas kasefo nyina ehia no kire ehye pa ban no waye e de abo asebe ya dollar no ebetimi agina na beto just IMF kire se bosom mi ense di kan wa fi mo no aban ne pompe as much as $1.4 billion and they support the forest market se be ya obi pep dollar kofa ne ma ba obetimi enya bie na IMF di kan ka kire ban se o mo hwe sa de no se dum si dollar no support the forest exchange rate no wo mo ehwe nye ho enso ebibi na ene importers ye Ghana ye ni gutafo di nkoma no pay na guta mpanifo ni hia ne no mde to anim se omukọ banka dollar no munya bi wa akokra ne ma no wo du sika akoto bank se yen transfer sika bi $100,000 enko ba bi akofa ne ma ba itimi di be bosome na dollar no wo bank ho e sika no cedis no bank ho yenya dollar emfa amount o mu busa se no Crescent Bank of Ghana e the dollar e support system no dia dollar no kodi bank ho ya na e fa hen e na no pay ye ne businessmen mi no o mkra ne ma ne di nkomo ansa na guta penia ono nso da adwodifo nyina na o memu ne Bank of Ghana peni share ono nso busa no asem krono ase where is the dollar because your deputy sika e wo bank se per dollar na yenso ye transfer kwa ye niema ide eba no yetimi ede aba nti dollar no eno nso ekohen yebenya bre na ye di ensimu nyina nko as usual for adwenkyere brain eye o supply 0551 599 933 0551 599 933 so na de wo kebia no ene eho enso enkomo right away yen so free fuel yes say aban kire say omo ye appointees no enya de a ye be ma fuel allowance na be bia wo ko hu hia kra no a no ato fuel e de agu kam aban se was scrap sa de ni nyina enti de ebusa ne se basa we governor appointee a wakatua na wogie no e na odebeto fuel na sanhye bi e wo ho e de ema na minority kukito omra hyebedwe mu omo chese we a PR gimmick eye echena levy na eba nti na ban de mrika kase fuel allowance ye be ye fru rasame oku ene se ntwofo kasai enti de odetudwa
allowance and the cutting down of fuel and allowance and the cutting down of fuel and scrapping of it. I'm challenging them to close down the fuel depot at the castle, and that's at Jubilee. Because with that, then that means they are no longer going to take the fuel for free. Number two, who is a political appointee? Because the publication said political appointees. Does it include ministers? Does it include CEOs? Does it include presidential staffers? So who are the political appointees? Are you just talking ministers or deputies or ministers, deputies, CEOs? Again, I need clarification on what is the definition of the fuel allowance. Does it mean fuel for any political appointee, or are they trying to say that the money that that will be used to pay by these appointees, it will be refunded or they will be made to pay back? There's clarity on that we need. Then again, how much is being spent on these fuel allowances, so that after scrapping, how much savings are we making? So these are very serious questions that we need to ask. Let me ask a very interesting question. If the Minister for Communication drives from here to Adan or to Ningo Pram Pram to do government business, at the end of the day, is he returning the fuel in the fuel that the state bought for that vehicle to, get him to Adan or Ningo Pram Pram and back? Or there will be some way, somehow, there wouldn't be any fuel at all. So clearly, if you ask me, I think there are more questions to be asked with this particular directive. I just see it as populist, as allowance and the
Samia Oku or NPP Rashabjani, Ekukitoano, no Mubusa, Sadi Abaide Bano, how it's going to work. Say Kobasa. ekwan be de betima measure obi o government appointee no why crown na government appointee your ministers deputy ministers CEOs presidential staffers DCs and info na sadi affect wo na ade ba ko a minority kan ya na ene pesi hunu mu ne se omo che se wo Jubilee House wo some institutions akese military headquarters police headquarters ade a ye ofu depo ho nti ubetu card kosi ono ebu ama ona akọ nti eno no fuel allowance ni ho na sala wetu akọ draw fuel na de akọ be bia akọ de a how are we going to manage that if you want to say petrol ni diesel fuel kraba Ghana no emu fa de aban ene yusu from the top to the down but ministries department agency nyasem geto o ka ministries nyina to nchen a ni aba departments agencies Electoral Commission Civil Aviation Authority Hwan Authority omu nyina ya ban nyuma na ohwemu adwumayefo a ban atoka ama wo mu a omu nyina petro ho ka da ban so a enya sekreto ati mampani dia ode bei and info bebre abona ba so say laudable policy to cut down frivolous expenditure se sika ye se no bebre ye pa hu ehunu yasem die na se sika bebre sa ti mampani mahama okotra nche wo sa ba ye no who said near maybe also what it is so that's why he's doing all these things to cut that. But how is it going to work? A crime first why ye jumano ne Canada beka but say to me ye juma dia how much are we going to save as a nation? Say ye ma fuel allowance for all government appointees dia or kobe bia how do we measure? So we are all kwi e be juma no okoye tiento petrol mano na baby a okwa enya ba yo no a na ekwa kodi ne nkomo bi akoye na juma bi die ono akwa utuka no ono how are you going to measure all these things that me hunu di omo but if I know mo di juma enanwumre e wo ha Dr. Simon Boati lecturer e wo Amstead Akenten Appiah menka be a chira de chire sanudwuma skills entrepreneurship training wasan so ye deputy secretary of MPP e wa Atwoma Ngabia South constituency or ha Sanso na Hussein Ibrahim also a spokesperson to the Ashanti Regional Minister and member of communication team of the NDC benefumi no na agin konya na ye no mo edi dwumai ene adope Doc Akwaba na pacho ho ye de and then you bring okay. It's not a pay. See the video. Miss O'Hay.
Yankopon do me way.
Okay.
But you announce way.
So drive will be it.
There be me the kitwa na opposition. Mobile master senior mobile mo dada here.
Na so my co-opposition chair. Na fu ani e ma kakra.
Oh. Ne nsheda nya yibiasa
so
dabi but nukre wo mu ni say ye nuanom ba yi de mama no ayi and no more sign the politics akam anu na ehu no and no more de dada or mindful in fact ade a wo fa ne me de beto monim na mamma questions bia 6 months from now I will say mu bisa
okay
ehu ya pa
Zain Akwaba
Techamade abujum na mo
Akwaba Hussein
Techamade abujum na mo jaridi afrusa ne de na kwado bibia aboko
great na maso ye say
maso ye bibia e koso kama de me ntwa na tel wo hwe eye mechia Ghana ma na machia atifo na hwefo magebre omo hwe Kessben anwumre yi me free regional minister so ye na eba me den chake se free regional minister so ye de masantima nyina enne gonja ni dishe kronkron srem se jato penye keso free munun komo beji oman e free MPP amamu na Ghana force omani enje ho waba aba bedu sentiment mo hanum sei na obaya enye boni bia yankopon ya adoma ochina oye thank you to in fact sentiment mo hanum sei sentiment ma man 33% me fi se meni fi me hu bi da of me akasa kram no se okra hu bi da ene yesi nipa ya ade a osayeyi Interior Mahama ba sentimental mu e ba beda sentimanya se nyame adom ochina Jubilee Park about 1 p.m. Eni nyine be kwa kushia time ne very important but we say flyers been in say 9 a.m. but time near 1 p.m. Jubilee Park ewia 1 p.m. yes ye nyina yishia wo honom era John Dramani Mahama se oba aba beda asanteman ase nti enene news kakra me di free eye yaso eye nso so eba of a me show say Yankopon do most so ho ye. Madam was say morning production team. In fact, mu show we maybe I drew no on Yankopon kwana enim. Yabuma baso for a year juma this room come we the ma santima ne Ghana nyina.
Right. Mama sha se fro so na ye hwe fuel allowance ya mampani kire say was scrap na we en hye bia wo ye sebe ya Ghana isika kakra de bo mai ho bra no e be hwe na yatoto enema yi minority ne kire say o we de PR gimmick bi se no ti rasami oku no also call Jubilee House the other place you fuel depo ho o ka akoso ne ebu agum nti fuel allowance na esi ye free no how much are we saving say ne spending the if also how much are we saving or say be adwuma so ne close to sa fuel depo so no ene be dia dance say any abre what can I say
Ofa me da se ne akonya osade amame ofa ene da mahu se asanteman ewo asembi omoka ene na ma confirm mahu se asanteman in fact omutirimu abo biuye yesi sankofa yenchi ofa endira John Dramani mama chere say if you impose say we read that sabit ma aba waro say obetimi asa akwakofa wo x now x no ba enim obeyi no ebeyi hu and there John Dramani ma chere say nsem bebra na mp before kafa no ho no enye no ne de na otie na papa de beboa Ghana man na odigu akwamu a enne oye no ofa enemy be na many assembly member baako kasa in fact o say matise say John Dramani Mahama ba sentimental mo Hussein when that time adanasema yen assembly members for no me ba eno de otie mi
na ka wo de abem
me offer me de bem
start topic ni dia
yes offer me de bem
what's John's allowance now
okay don't worry me de be room
we are no about tougher then
no problem.
Let us come to the main topic
okay offer
so
me
that people will follow us very well
me for offer o my Ghana ade na ha Ghana pa bibia na you can useless expenditure in fact John Dramani Mahama be president paying or co-position or koye no akwakusua niema yie in fact wa correct wrongs na ekoso e wona aban JDM number 1 mu nyina nti na wote bench wo no na wonim de woka because aba park no so be bobo pen it is say oba park no so biewo a meaning say skills no de beba no e demonstration kom yera mama say NPP aban say you cut down expenditure ye de ko budget mu ebetimi aboa ama Ghana some critical sectors bi ono ma sense kan ebetimi de ewura ho na aboa ye no if I dem before you say there expenditure ben you mama say no me ba metete ne ma so first thing no buy ministers ote so from 124 and then me can say was 60 ministers you akofo do buy the first time of 124 ministers you Mahama any 60 ministers and a adwuma. And then me no ka say Yera Mahama okay Independence Day celebration.
Yeah.
MPP are buying spending 15 million cedis. Titisika no 150 billion. Yera Mahama buy also no what is about 1.5 million cedis. Titisika 15 billion. And to compare 15 billion to MPP for 150 billion now, what you say yes Yera Mahama wa dwene Ghana for hu ye aboayen. You draw 2024 budget. 2025 budget statement. And I'm here some they compare MPP 2024 budget statement. Me share any etima a save a year 10 billion cedis. So who difference now? Not just say a year John Dramani Mama and near brew. Expenditures or cash or betty on Zampa or Abua. MPP time. You for by first 8 months or spending 62 million cedis or private jets. 620 billion old cedis. And there Ramahama buy no. You until say Ramahama or the private jet and them you may cost you $100,000 per hour. It may cost you even 20 million cedis impo. You who be a sample. That should tell you say Ramahama ne bana obano. Nampa oba ababe jigana a free a year and kwasum any expenditures are na eboro ema Ghana for na Ghana for ebre so complain say adentina aban wonko who enjoy way yes allowances yes oko meeting krampo a certain allowance we say allowance clothes allowances bia no eye amanyofo ye na ye enjoy ye na ye benefit Ghana for bre ye omutu ato de ma ye no na ye enjoy was ani mani Ghana for bebre na ye so mani nje sa ne ma no ho ni rama ama ka se oba ampa so be ye e no ba ye nso so enima mbobo so won so aye bi na ne e na ye te eye fuel allowance or say eye na appointees government appointees na no tin ton time na e ba ye no me hu say MPP for ni bebra start e na yera mahama government appointees no nchirem ma hu yera samia wuku say yera mahama nchire government appointees na okan enimu okan na me fast e na me ko hwe publication bia somewhere 2022 ayera akofo do so ka kire yen say or cut it down air salaries no by is it 30%, yeah. Na we cut it down fuel coupons no so by 50%. Or you sue government appointees. And 10 people before government appointees na him for. Some government appointees as here. Mo ankasa mo ka kire yen say 2022 say mo so mo pese mo cut me bi sa. Na mo government appointees no 50% of air fuel coupon. No am 30% of their salary. Even no kra na mo ka say mo ye kra no. Ohia a ba Ghana hanim say 83 comes see 2022. Offer the make not as dey. Enti appointees no. So mutimi define appointees a omo ka say nka omo na etete omo dey so a. Then there's no need for us to also define our appointees. Because appointees they Ramahama o share CEOs. Omo nyina omo ka ho bi. The era Mahama boni dia appointing ni bia no oka ho bi until oka say government appointees na e was any one say parliamentarian e ba bontin e be ka so until government appointee ase say dem make out say na dia ne ye ka offer minimum PP ni bi no a government appointee me person me boni din the girlfriend ne car no use the girlfriend me two car na de nam. Enti eno no sa no woji fuel coupon enya aban na etua na duties na oko enya duty enya aban na asoma no so nko ba bi enne me mete ha masi me pese na metini kurom kakra me ne me ma epie na matuka na nam se e wo sa aban tua aban ma me coupon na magista coupon na de me ma guka mu e de omo nenam me de omo kɔ Ratri Park na me de omo akɔ ha na aban na etua ho ka Yebra Mahama say abanya sumo say ebia ministry we ko asantimentam ha ne koye say dia aban ne be provide fuel dia mo senjina koye ba say wo te honom as an appointee a obadwene say aban e de fuel coupon e brew te Jennifer ye de wo pe en de bi nsida na me kan ade bi onim say doctors somewhere 2007 en omo esama omo allowance no CPC ta na CPC ta no na doctors no range omunya between 20 to 45 gallons a week so we have 45 gallons a week now o multiply by month na 180 gallons and 180 gallons no what they brand and 180 gallons no see you see 50 cedis crampo na they multiply by 180 gallons a month offer say sika we entimi to assembly members be 50 omumum na omu hwe say eye mpuntuduma be koso empesu aso entimi emma konfanochi hill konfanochi yakeka nyina boma yentimi mfanya konfanochi yie yakeka ske nyina boma yentimi mfanya Felm Military Hospital yie yentimi mfanya sewia yie yebetimi de esa ne mani nyina enti se yeka se yakate dan wa kaka JDM yero John Dramani mama na point is omodoso they are more than 100 enti fanese nipa dasa nipa bia no bosumi yero Mahama se makate down eye fuel coupon me pene ma wonya den emfa fuel ko na se fanese fuel no krampo say 1 million cedis 10 billion krampo na multiply ba mu nyina na hwa ade multiply mu nyina na hwa ade enti de be ne say e wo say we use no judiciously fuel na wo be wa na wo tu sika to a wonim say ne be bi wo hono ma wo kwa ni kwan say wo den oko appointee be on ma
but say how the quiet befa so a ede hye betum say na same oku kan say be on mo a nye say ye allowance de ama wo depo no ho to just move the car there na ebu agum ti obegu man ma wi a eno ne ya o mu use no anyhow bi a opebia o say see betima ye para say ne close sa fuel depo so no enye sa de a omko bufu e no ho wi a they will use it wa man allowance kra na banya bi use.
Okay, me can me see Yero John Dramani Mahama say obema wo fuela na che say o special assignment bi say jefa koye ene de say okofu depo hono ma obetuma kwa kobu na odi akọ ba say ama coupon enti okofu ukọ depo hono ma ukọ na odi ama mo feel me kan ma me papa no ma feel ama wo ochina na wasa akọ mo feel me kan ma me ene na say bi nsi of I said me cannot say ene na bi nsi enti in fact NDC aban Yero John Dramani Mahama Ghana for sufre ena ogusu awoye sada na okase obekate down fuel coupon and say fuel allowance no sada na so na okokase DSTV or Jubilee House oban so a tinton time obetwam me no okase ontwam wa to office na obehwe TV abosumi so na wankaso akakotua office na okoye no okoso akoye adwuma so obehwe movies bi a wa abosumi so na akotua
okay
because ni nyina ye eka eni asudi e ba eya ban mu anything na budget e draw a 2025 budget statement no we dey compare 2024 budget statement na difference ni 10 billion cedis edemu no enti we ya ban a odwene Ghana ho you need prudent measures a aban bia de begu akwan mu no ena be boa ma Ghana fo so mo ato mu
okay
enti ofa dia bayi Ghana fo ani gie ena aba ye nyina ye nsom Yero John Dramani Mahama odwene ye hu yie
okay
enne expenditures bebre atete so ya ti say high sense who ye free mu minim say PP4 is omo how ne say ade Yero John Mahama ye so omo say babaka omo timi nka so omo de ba ena ma won say mi hu bi o NDC platforms bi so e bi ye say de ye NDC for ne bi ya ne ye say appointees de ye bi mu ya ne ye say we ye sacrifice e de ama man nyinaa na nkofo ya sa ba be say ba be luti o man na sa aka ho na jesi de
kwa be so
tie on say omo ba pelut akoso o mabam lut ndi me ka sembo so ade be chi say ne wa unim ye sacrifice abo ma Ghana akoso ye no omo de omo ba na omo mba be luti ni mo enti ye wa ban bi a otie Ghana fo ne wagye atumu wo so betete ne ma so ampa watete ne ma so ama ya den aboa ye wei e ka menu mienu nyina so enti ye hunu se aban ankasa nso so astart ye bibi no se yeso so ebetimi ay sacrifice bibi se ne be ya ebetimi abo ama o man ni nyina den akoso
right but I say Hussein Ibrahim Kasa Emma the ruling NDC ono no watenka on the scrapping of fuel allowance ya man peni se oye free oya appointee a ya ma se bio ameko Dr. Simon Boate wo na nti the opposition for so moka doc
over Didi kan mechia wahwefo ni watiefo nyina na machia atwemango beja man titru toase na masa achia Honorable Michael Amwauku the incoming pragmatic secretary Ashanti region ye nyina yesu free new hands new thinking or a thought leader at this moment and I think say he's one of the best guys we need to consider. Machia Minia Hussein. In fact, my share need over. Na nyese no communicate. And they will break. Machia Hussein. Hussein is a very strong guy, very eloquent, very articulate. Nene na asem no insisiso.
So.
The is over so I want to. Abrante minimze we share need. In opposition days, very articulate, but ene obo defense into obre. Over the NSC. BBNC a QNet governance and strategy na no mudidi
QNet governance strategy
na
ene dey
eno na esi de wo muni say etiefo ne ahwefo say mo hwe me na wutie mi a BBNC ekina aban de 4 cities ni ekire to petrol 1 gallon bia obeto bia so na ompese obeti na obubefunti ena wabeka sa asem we di awram enti eneye e wosanke ye discuss ye ka petrol na ye betum 5 cedis almost 5 cedis I dey to 1 gallon bia so no eneye tia e discuss petrol ye bete so a enye no kre It's not for me say a QNet is nothing but diversionary communication tactics. BBNC. It is a ocean me tina nukre womuni say I buying the 4 cities 50 pesos ana nechi ebe 2 petrol 1 gallon biaso. And no na on pesa wo beti. And or this hankomo we aba betu. And na ye nyina ye discuss. But boa ho because ube tua sa esika no ye beto to lorry femu if it's a petrol ye ba betutum. President ejina simpie su kan sa asem we ya say petrol allowance a yedema government appointees offer we ye free ho no. And a deputy director of communication at the Jubilee House yenu aba Shamima Muslim aba bonti abeka kire say petrol no aban no nyimfi okra na emom ade ye state travels any official duties there offer sa petrol no aban de bema your document be a stipulating official duties any official travels o mama yes document be za. So how are they operationalizing official travels official duty abraye nyina ye nim Ghana asemwa onu CEO no onu MC no onu DC no I will take control the buck stops with him at the district level at the municipal level at the whatever ministerial level now or no si or ko baby who stops that minister enti senka omo no si omo penioma ya enka omo the document bia ba senye diversionary communication tactics any QNet governance strategy ya enka omo the document bia ba stipulate say when your friend official travel when your friend official duty enti anything beyond that it is not official so we are not going to give you the petrol allowance. And ya can say they discuss it. And as senpai that wa a year 5 cities are buying better to petrol 1 gallon biasmo. Because of our honey. Oh, yeah, but the reality still stands. It's about 5 cities now buying better to so. Many will say. Offer 6 months BH no. Mumisa sasemwe. Mumisa buying in a pamphlet who say in call for say. What titi petrol ni so no cost ni yesen e car ya boy yesen e na ye entity so no e car ya boy yesen mama controller mumisa this question no mfa figures ni mra se bra wo si wo yi allowance ni free on 6 months echi se sa de we meminim se e maso engosi hwe sir offer because aban say obeye free o ni deputy director of communication ambassador bi state travels official duty ye nyim free ho. Meanwhile, you need official document framework there.
Yes, official duty. Full and Is that what he's trying to say?
That is what Shamima is saying. I can quote you.
I can quote you. For no we are going to official travels.
You see, and that's the point we are talking about. And to say no, me baha. Yen in Ghana situation no. Me baha na china me tuka nam twansi. Na makwaba na me beka chiro say me call official duty. So record as official duty. How? Because I can come and write report and or whatever to buttress me point say me call official duty and ombetua. Yen the corrupt hekoso. Ni can buttress there's no framework, there's no guideline, there's no nothing. Guide. Now for beyond everything. Sir announcement we can now policy say kobasa bemwa a recipe for corruption.
I didn't hear.
Because akwesiko no dina kwentia ye bufa ha near the asha ye ma enye aban we and oban no see Jubilee House appointment and government general appointment what is so but ye nyina ye nim say the expenditure regarding on the governance structure na machinery now what is no about 10 times na Akufo-Addo de ye nim ye nim say na Akufo-Addo de na so no wo Jubilee House no ye bo hu ka 300 and something million ene ono na ono si wate so no bo hu ka 3 point something billion. That is the difference. Enti enkomo be na yedi eno na ye twi Ghana fo adwena ba so say we nu kro mu ka no mo boa na me say ka say recipe for corruption in such a way say nipa na wo si wagege ne fuel allowance ni nyina no obepe because adwuma na so ye obepe kwanfoforo so abokro no aba abihim. Etimi practically sometimes nemo ya na yekeka yache a salary so yajiwe I don't believe in it. Ye wo man mu na practically ene of a minim se mo ayi mafa eye ye nuanom mazifo ababo nti ambeka se the cost of port no money in you. I didn't know money in you because dollar no. Yes, yeah, it is so. But a specific example, I think I have it here. I almost stipulate say, car cry now first, or MPP time, none say dollar no room. Or between 35 to 40,000, and no between 50 to 60,000 because GRA4 are reclassify that car from van to something. No more can want some. Dollar no so dollar now, moka say atitiso no. Ya titiso all right there, but reflecting will be BM. Spare parts that so bo that so osro. Omo cry kase e betima pase o beto to omunium. Who said the 5 cities, almost 5 cities, beto to petrol 1 gallon so. Ebe can bom di o amane or how abrenipa. Na unim sa Ghana fo besu. Na wakofa sabi enkomo ya ba betum na adwodwo ayi. Enti na me say we ye kill net strategy, governance strategy, communication strategy. And so far moma ye ni na ho. Aban we there we have some critical questions to ask them at the right time. Me say mummi say omo policy framework. Eno na yenua Samia Okuka ye no. Mummi say omo policy framework e guide way na operationalize enchire ma de e friend official duty. Na guide ye nyina na at the right time no motima bisa question. And one critical question am person mo bisa after 6 months. Mummi say otwa sa allowance ni mu no ya bokasen. E na wontwa mu no so na ye bokasen. Na ye mfa ntoto then we can make headway.
Right. But I see. Dr. Simon Boateng so attending Kano speaking for the opposition NPP. We said, "I'm not so here. Maybe at the end of how we are able to draw the line." Said na ye king say official travel any bema fuel no. Shamima Muslim, I just read it also. He's also saying say yeah man fuel allowance. Eba sa wo ko be official traveler. Near Mount Fuela, a bit to me as Sonduako. How we are going to regulate. I have said time and again, say sometimes we have V8 do I use soon or man no more having because so be what be a Kumasi, be what cra, ubu sunyai, ubi what tamale, ubi what takrade. Now a MC and also a CUB a wahona, and yadia the Jumada name Koko and Crassi beer. I don't think it should be given a V8. Because so the V8 pa hoka therefore say V8 ba kutu free crime ba kumase o free crime ba se kotamale okowa enya asebgetwa but when they are driving within the city now your fuel V8 ni use a ade ne yentimi nya hye nya cars bia your pickups out to say bia the consumption kra wo fom ya be bi opeso de kro bia ko betimi yakọ because here can sa cars na pa de boy kakese and obi a okotoka ade a odwene ba akopa the engine capacity of the car na fe yes at the end of the day how much fuel will you buy a week car na will drive no what of fuel saying now what the associate no income sika ba won sem e ba botom bosome no what won say metimi fuel to fuel our car na so just to, don't even talk about maintenance we saying how are you going to draw this line na yemfa levier by na metie Franklin Kujo ya woka say a yes man penin to sa na moy because ochina wo budget 1 cedi per liter na so our point is spend fuel bebre e wo car ho de anye so the tax is coming in tomorrow and man penin so anyway aba how do you respond to that?
Okay, offer Edikan a friend is Mr. Simon or say Obisa me say you Mahama by 6 months in or cut it down fuel allowance no so nika saying na
be me say dachi
or see policy we are
the policy ni ba we
after 6 months you won't compon
that is it
after 6
you
months
miss those critical
okay. After 6 months you bisa say sika say let me save year me bisa no hanum say 2022 year akofo ado e cut it down a year by 50%.
Say na mo save we.
No, tell me. What am I?
That is why
I'm coming. Please, Mebao. Not just say, your government was reckless.
Oh, no.
No. You see, that's what you are trying to say. Somebody acquisition.
And for results, Biama. That's what means the way for results.
Then your own was reckless.
And for results,
compare your government to our government. The person make out say, say no, they are quite different. Mumu dia na mwanya hwe free mu. Yemi de say MPP 40 o mehu ni say Akufo-Addo say 419 and 2022 omo ye edema Ghana fo bandera John Dramani Mahama de no me kama Ghana fo nyina ate ase say eniema ye ka se betete so na de faso abre o man Ghana wo wontia na me ka say Independence Day mo spend 15 million cedis 150 billion old cedis but you spend 1.5 million cedis 15 what billion cedis enti edem faso abre o man no how many days ni 6 March January February March April May June July 4 months money 4 months ni yetima save Ghana over 100 billion cedis titiska no 100 billion cedis enti mesrew ebia na wuni me no ena na obisa framework in fact emi de so omoma faili enti no me bisa no omom framework omode ye omo 50% cut cut off no but ye ra John Dramani mama o kan na say a o catch na appointee say mo bia ntu kwan with first class okay
yeah
o say wu tu kwan a o beba office o beba be kire die nti a wu tu kwan na no kura no memfa first class o ko ban so a fa report ye den ebra report e kire so o ko ye say adwuma we ABCD nti wotimi ka sa mo die nti na say wo ye minister now, minister, you are accountable to the people and to the president. Or no, they will buy. Ultimately, on my assignment, we say, "Kwana kwaya on for reporting breno." Assignment a president, there will be an okwa report about what the report about. It is a president. I can't just kwaya say now kwaji fuel la. Ampa fuel na yede ebetro. You betro say, "Oh, asimesi beji fuel say." Oko jachi. It is a kwa jachi wana oba. With the report of any man na kwa ye jachi wana beba na ba na yede. But difference ni say mumu de na sebi mpeduasa mo girlfriends ni bi kurampo etuka a ban ne man coupon no de atofu alagum na the girlfriend ne nam krom no asesa ne ma de agum na ne one ne ma echini na ye Ghana for ya na mo gigi Ghana e levy mo gigi Ghana for e levy ni nyina echi na mo de yes an ne ma no na ha Ghana for. But one city na wo ka se nyame adoma wo chena e ba no
4
no 1 city per liter 1 city
yeti Ghana ye top petrol Ghana
please o kasa na my petrol 1 city per liter na o kasa chena ye de ba no offer Ghana ni na o tie mi no wo hu ni say you see leadership by example yero John Dramani Mahama in fact wa kire sampa ni fie o siesie fie yie o wi na obeka cha abonti so for say mesre mommoa na munsumu siesie abonti yie okay say Rakufo do ka kire say entitled about 2022 no ni belt hook
sir
yes yero Mahama ka kire en say ye entitled belt Ghana for nyina musampa o belt hook because about 6 months ni watete niam so me musampa o belt hook he mama nka asem we nkyerɛw ne hu difference no one city no yen kan kyerɛ Ghana for say one city ni agide adi enum nyafunyafo eyemo 3.7 billion dollars eka a MPP aban edi jayen ene ye di gisika we nkakrakra ne di etu
mo ja na musu ja bi
me pa jo say
mo ko ane ja na musu
in fact NDC di jaye se wo de ba dollars mo a and now the bad cities who calculate with the data message rate now 3.8 and I say 4.2 cities 9 billion cities. But enne omo de 40 billion. So on difference no. 9 billion as against 40 billion. The difference no wo mu. And I was see etimi tua saa e ka we nyina di free honum. Because ye koto fango a ye disika ene kwa koto. Na ma boss aka we aguo. Me once you the Esla basen ke Esla betuatua this a legacy debt a car a beda ho e wonyinam kane ho nyina wonim sky Esla de man people we omo ka chere John Dramani Mahama say Ira Mahama otiri mo de say wo de Esla ba say wo gigi sika de atua e ye nyinam kane ka ye ba ye de betwam na tax na wo de ba no e nuisance tax offer me boa offer omo ba ye no Ira Mahama in fact na dwumu pomu no wo se ye gigi ne 5 years pe si agigi 5 years ni wie a ni de tua ka ni wie a ida say bi e betwam ane ne Ghana for be ka so no maka say oh be hu say wo de yade pa enti ko so fa de foforo MPP ba o muka so metwam no mo antwam o mo sa de kosi a wo de PLC e kan Esla no ho e ko di sika na nka wo say e ba Esla process ni mu ne de ye de tuatua ka no e gi sika no edi ni ne 15 good years no mo de kosi a wo a enti sika na nka e ba Esla mo wo say de kotua debt no na ye ntimi nye sa sika ne fa nkotua na a balloon to $3.7 billion no ente wo se etua ye ka eda ho Islam mo 45 billion cedis MPP aban Islam mo 45 billion cedis offer omu fro energy sector oni meka omu jaye 60.8 billion cedis na ya bana Ghana fo agya tum se mwatete mo niam so ampa yera mahama ampa o ka so beti ministers watete so ya agya tum enti yera mahama se Ghana fo mesrɛ mo mun yire mo hona mo mboa ni gigi 11 cedi per liter of air petrol na yemfa nkotua eka we ye da ho a mini Ghana yi o ka se Ghana fo ntia se ana
okay
Ghana for TSU.
Right.
Okay, info analytic for your report you buy. Over half of Ghana for editum say Yera Mahama. This energy sector a year the 1 cedi audi bay. Fabra near the betua. Right. Because someone said the government is accountable to them, or your responsible government, or your reckless government.
Okay.
Say they make out here.
Right.
But e-levy.
That's it.
E-levy. Mukofa de buy, you know. Ghana for nyina hu say e-levy na amfa so bia anya den amfa mbre omo ofa na omo hu say ade aye den fa so beba de ntina be site say Era John Dramani Mahama because of midima nusi no o see because of tax na about na no enti Era Mahama aye fast aba announce fuel o say fuel allowance also or cut it down e dey free na appointees mu sa promise we ye campaign ye kan you ya Canada
right
enti na what say ye kan enya de foforo na ye dey ba ya kan eni ye di so
right but that's it say my make call doctor no
over the American is a menu say or bre any intro any nkontompo ye nyina ye energy sector legacy debt obi a wo tie mi bia nim o computer NDC for amount e was debt nim ekanimu any MPP for ye fa e wo ekanimu in fact omo na eba be free so omo tu mu say omo pay sika kutua ye ka enso so sa bre nim 2015 that was our worst experience in doing so omo digi sika say omo go tua ni nyina no yen MPP for buy wo pa won compete omo the figures right now omo no eka omo boy as against yen dey be count. So, na me no the American say ye tie Ghana hay ye to ye fuel in gallons. It mean the American now no ka say 1 cedi no offer. E wunya me let me correct it. Ye tie Ghana ye to fuel in latest.
I just say 1 cedi per liter ba o che say ye carbon bro gallon.
E bro because 1 cedi na chi no. E 25 pesos bi gu so. 1 cedi no e no mo ka bad e no achi no we did the actual document 25 pesos bi egu so. E di chi na no kan nyina abomu a. Omo the 4 cedis 50 pesos. Omo the 4 cedis 50 pesos. Ba beto 1 gallon bia so. Omo the 4 cedis 50 pesos beto 1 gallon bia so. E no ye pesa Ghana 40. Ene ka se enkomo ya omo di fa ho ni Hussein de odi kosi ene e-levy maka ho asem a mo ba ye na samotwem. Enye no ho asem ne ye ka bio. Ye ka 4 cedis 50 pesos a mo de beto 1 gallon so. Ghana fo esu. Eno ne ye ka basically. So they say enti me ntwene tintin bia mesin komo ya yedi nyina no ye diversionary communication tactics na mo strategy no ye kill net strategy bajati say Ghana ni ana o man papa wutie me the nukre wo mu no mebo so saa because no na ye nukre wo mu ni say aban betoto petrol mu na omo ton spare parts ni so say aban dollar ni ade ni nyina airport sem no aban to entity spare parts ni so in fact in actual way no aban momo increase the spare parts enu nti ye ba beto to lorry fare mu uti ho a sufre wunyame na she osapo mu nso titititita
ba se ye ka no ye kan accumulation of the debt no ho problem ni nyina e free ba
that is it
me do two parties ni nyina no mo ka ho bi se de say ke o se mo time no e ka no e ye kese ska esla no mo de buy na mo ka se metwam no then what ye ma fa ntua is it right
yam fa ntua but yam fa ntua ye dey survey some of the energy problems. In fact, energy problems and into na 8 years ya experience doom so den decide omo experiencing omo no time no omo j this levies and yet Ghana went through serious doom so me bo amomenka and offer You have the benefit of history and everything on your side. Obia o temi bia nso betimi the NDC ni MPP atoto. Abanya obaso a ye express dumso. Omo no GB. But their case about dumso was worse. Ye GB. NDC time, sorry, MPP time, ye da dumso mu, ye dum light 1 hour cry. It was an issue in Ghana ye. But omo and then ye timi that dumso mu 4 days continuously. And so much 11 be. And I'm saying from where you sit, probably we can compute. Say omono e Canada ho ni nyina na NDC for de wo me wo sen MPP de wo mu sen. And I am putting it to him say omono ka no mo bododo sene but the ba energy management yen manage energy no better than them. And obi anim Ghana ha say NDC for buy even the week bi anwa dum so yen dum light o Ghana. Me baby am ti o makru e bokwa makru week bi antwa mu a yen dum light. Last week Friday, Saturday, throughout here them 2 days nina. And I Sunday in Yayo, and no mudum. And it cut across. Oh, I said region ye biatuma, or biabedia dance say doom son more time, I west. Now says Sikana or Mojin offer that was in fact I don't make these platforms. Or Moji says Kawi. And found some problem because we know where the tennis. I says Kawi no Mojino. Sir, your friend is saying shortfalls, revenue shortfalls. They will end up spending it in other ways. May come a Ghana for Unati. Ye beji jisaka we the next 4 years ye boom kunta. You will see say a Canada on us akosro. Because buying Gigi says we Edia Bituaka. Edia solve other problems. Basically, that's what they are doing. And of I know make a medas.
CP, I was your 4 Adwenkyere. You are dear now here or Kessben television so my message is a kakra. Na yemra emetwa so tifo so a omhwe na enwumre so madwenkyere a mode aba no ye dem na edi dwuman inti de monso wo kafa nsem a ye de ego apron so yi. Also, for good way, I'm Sita Modest from Brekum. Your mama is doing massively well. Fuel allowance is cancelled by a good and bold government, John Dramani Mahama. The fuel levy Mahama should increase it to 5 cities. The fuel levy Mahama should increase it to 5 cities. I will pay to solve doing so. Hey, who's kappa? Once 5 cities per liter. Okay. Solomon Jagri from Kunso. Together we can ensure free, fair, and peaceful elections that reflect the will of the people. Let's work towards a Ghana where elections strengthens our democracy, not divide us. But His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Reset Agenda aims to revitalize Ghana's economy, strengthen institutions, and promote inclusive development. Okay, good evening, Ofa. I'm Asirwa from Sewi Asafo. I'm enjoying your show live. Ofa, please, I beg you, I know today you are not discussing about cocoa matters, but you remind the president during the campaign, he promised Ghanaians that if he win the election, he increase cocoa price to 7,000 cedis to Ghanaians. So we are waiting. Piao. Okay, regards to Dr. Baumia. And Mampeniaka. Say oba aban commitment so be mark kukwakua for 75% obetua and of course you know or the two but we are waiting say August e born aban e de be makua for no what they ebetu I say Isaac from Takwa. Good evening. In fact, when I hear NDC guys trying to equate what happened at Ayawaso by-election to that of Ablikoma, I get infuriated. The distinction between the two must be drawn here. In the case of Ayawaso by-election, it was perpetrated by the security personnel, but for the Ablikuma, it was NDC guys who violently called the brutality. Ghana is pregnant with violence going forward. Hi, over. I'm Kofi Appiah from Brekum. No wonder President Mahama told Ghanaians he has short memory. He told us of removing e-levy, but used the tricky way of imposing D-levy on X. 2028 is just around the corner. Okay. Hello, good evening. I'm Mr. Host. I am David Annan from BNI. Please, even if President Mahama gives every Ghanaian car, house, and capital, still, MPP MPs will still complain. Host, good evening. Please tell Muntakas to stop making that comment. Are they not the same people who benefited it? So MPP to sit down again in Akwatia to beating again? No. Doomso levy. Everyone will test it plus NDC people. Ahmed from Kintampo. But tell the NPP man that either one city doomsday levy or not, fuel is lesser than NPP regime. Ghanaians agree to pay NPP. Shame unto you. Please overtell the NDC man to send me his number. I'm Joe Abuazi. Get me offer. Oboba Kilibobo at Jobo Men's Fashion Agogo Obuasa Santi Achim North. Let's praise Mr. President for cutting costs. Greetings to MP Ohene Kwame Frimpong. Offer Semu. Do you remember that when in 2017 the monies that were deducted from the NDC minister's salary for chief compounds were refunded to them? Check the Auditor General's report 2017-2018 and you will see. Some of us have short memories. What is the guarantee that these allowances will not be refunded to them when they leave the office or out of power?
Super.
Traders are not getting dollars to trade at the moment, but the dollar is depreciated against the cedi. Asem Sebe, Abraham from Agora. Because of the high price of the fuel and his doomsday levy that made President cancel his appointees' fuel, is King Kwa from Joe Goss. Hello, good evening. I'm watching you live from Senegal, Casamance, Elikin. My name is John Ato Asan. I think that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has done well and is doing well too. Forget MPP and their propaganda. Their main is that they want President Mahama downfall. Inshallah, he will deliver. He is not Ubiba JK. Okay. Ghana is in good direction now from Samuel Jesse Mankesim. Please ask MPP man that at their time was the price of petrol. What was the price of petrol? I think that's what we want to write. What was the price of petrol? And right now, what is the price of petrol? I think that's what you want to write. Anyway, ask the MPP how much was fuel price when they were leaving office. You will never vote for MPP again. Luther's Party, Peter Abamen in Nandom in the Upper West region. OPK Patriotic Voices go. So I agree with the transport operators warning of fare hikes on the one city doomsday which takes effect on tomorrow 16th July, because Mahama and NDC want to collapse their business. Meanwhile, they created that energy net in their previous 8 years with take or pay contract and other dubious energy contracts, in over 500 Ghanaians removed from security services. Okay, we must say, yeah, no what. Let be a catch us say, keep it concise and clean, but natural. It's not helping us. Good evening, Ofa. I thank you for the great work you are doing. I'm glad to hear President Mahama says he will cancel the fuel allowance for his appointees. That could help cut down our wasteful spending in the economy. If only it's not just another empty promise. Adequate from Techimai or the buyer. Why should government appointees be using DSTV and government should use taxpayers' money to pay for it? Sometimes some of the appointees use DSTV to watch pornographic movies at their offices. Ghana de Nsimhunwa buying Nkrofo Ed de Pa Amajimai from Apatrapa. All right. Good evening, Mr. Host. The MPP should stop the propaganda and learn from JDM how a governance is about, so that they will implement the same after 2095. Sedu from Pro East Yeji, to be precise. Of a good evening, NDC, the Bukadeza Abai Nada Oshe Nkontompo Pa Hussein Mweniewu 1 cedi per liter Daho Ochra. Trina Otrungsano. Anyway, Baroski from Assisua, NPP Media Petros, President Mahama's scrapping of fuel allowance allocation to government appointees. It's not the first time we are witnessing cuts on benefits, because former President Kufuor cuts 30% of the appointee's salary. So I don't see any news in this exercise. Hi to JFK. Okay, Akwesi being from Ejoso Besianse. In 2013, John Mahama directed his appointee to allocate 10% of their salaries to construct ship compound. But later, the Auditor General revealed that no deductions were made. So it is the same propaganda they started. The NDC rep doesn't have. The doomsday levy is not to pay any sector debt, but to buy fuel to power the generators. You should go and read the Energy Sector Amendment Bill 2025 of the One Ghana City. 2 more now for Yenko. Good evening, Wofa Kofi Can't you see this Mahama government is an Azar entity? They are just playing with the intelligence of Ghanaians. Vatel is saying that the number of artificial portfolios created in the Jubilee House with huge salaries and allowance amounted to more than 20 ministries. So you should stop the argument that JDM is running a lean government. Last one. Good evening, Uncle. Let the NDC guy at the studios know that Ghana Nanado Independence Celebration course benefited the regions that got opportunity to have some. He should stop the propaganda about it. Kingdom from Ashton. Mami Fencia messages in the torso. So the aba now I'm in Timin Kaya Fachemi. Naimo just about 9 minutes on Craba Pouncy Mount Cron. We have 2 more topics to discuss. You ever heard dollar no one now you're the Ayawaso West Wogondiano and so Aba Abivi. Doctor, I shall say so the second round. Abai Baye Kamia don't say dollar no say the Nanka can see costro no you know sa na mampenene samegemfi ombeka gold do ayakoton the dollar yetimi dia ba and now take governor of Bank of Ghana or say as they say no omwetimi raise Ghana ye dollar foreign reserve now they about 8 billion bra mufra kunya so e dey 11 billion representing 4.8 months of import cover. And now for say IMF for some of the kind said on the $1.4 billion support to forest market first 3 months no a deputy short was there be it has rather gone up until dollar big go and the air support the more kind so more kind say be production be my dollar na ni je go see enye bi ho ne the support what is wrong but if the force so say is your moko banker dollar no omunya bi. So we blame the government, the Bank of Ghana, and I say if you bring banks na dollar no bar, it be a quite on the first one maybe the full year be no money and come was.
Over me that's question I'm inside they can't question on is a wine in tino. A buying and I ready for. A buying the so notice ro yeah because you and pimpia a buying thing crying gadgets a why be o me chrome I be a machuman of a ponwa catachua. Now because catachua na adinino. Abayin so waye enso so adwadifo na omo ye the end beneficiaries of the policy no say omo hu no ofa me de me sa dollar semi maka no wa fidie so say eye sa tonaton policy no it won't yield any sustainable na maka kire o de enti a Galamsey ni nsukura enti yentimi fight because of this dollar. I have told you on this same platform because say ye run tonaton economy. Yeah, establish a gold board. Basically, gold board nento no onto gold no onton. Ye ba ni abeja yegum. So the bottom line is that enyese ye produce bibi. Ena ye de keteli ana ye de manage the cities way no. Nemum ye koto gold ni ye koton ni enyesika na ye ba ni aba abeja yegum. And ye jaiguma even the end beneficiaries are not benefiting. But the consequences you know ye environment and I have said this and I'm repeating it. Say Galamsey yentimi fight yentimi ku Galamsey no because ada aban no begu Galamsey no it means a dollar no be sa akosru bio. Makasa same way na me say can bio. Galamsey no so far as a gold board no ho na pump dollar ban. Say gold board no ho na toton the dollar Bank of Ghana jai dollar na gumu sa. Nese sa tonaton policy we ni ye dia Galamsey no obi antimi fight oton because gold board no policy no basically yes gold board no want me to AGI gold want me to Newmont gold it's a small scale in that in a company any Galamsey for na gold board need to gold so basically ada ye beku Galamsey no it means a gold board ninja gold into aban nya dollar enya ngum fa manage system no and na ye twa ya hu se ya ye ni ayasase sei ayi no so aye friend say dollar no so aye koton ayi no ba and one say artificially ya ka kire say dollar no ba fom but ono hia dollar e koton ade no so onya bi eno nti besi ne yes spare parts e was spare parts dealers no etimitete so no muntimitete so e free say aban si waje yagum look at this artificial economic management because eney say dollar no waje yagum ampa and Kenya is how reclassification ama no kwa ade ana time a dollar ne was no Otimi no 300 or Timito no 35,000 and Otua 35,000 and they will between 50,000 and 60,000. Ye ani nyina ya say twa ye ho abanya o. Sa kill net communication strategy no oba be catch say dollar no wo de abafom. Yes, e kwan bi so no okọ abehu people so no e ho. But practically people are saying they are not seeing it. Eti ebasa course be the theory and practice and practice and theory. Ubukwa there is wide gulf between theory and practice. And the people so no ura bank bia uhwe screen ni so a ya catch say dollar ye turn 10 point something. But they no hear dollar no. A wote Swami Mazi no ene waye press conference wo nya bi. Eti ofa hwan na yeti no. Ye eti aban ana ye tie nipa na ono ho na e wo senko no ato na numtu. Petro sabi esote kakrai. Sa ufre obia be hu ampa okopumps na Petro so ati kakra. But they ono ti your friend is saying Mazi ho no a ohia sika no de akokra ade ne say dollar no nya nsunsuanso woni so. Eti ni nioma no kwa na e bi obetima sa atom bi aka ho. These are some of the things we are discussing. And of a dollar, you no in development studies. No, so measure the impact of anything. You measure it in what you call in its opportunity cost. So dollar semia make and me say repeat you. Dollar semia ye can no mama yen share Dutch because dollar in natural sense and sustainable. A brebi ni besi na saadi no dollar sem no nsi no na yen sa se won potem wanyina ye wura joma ma na pound for aseni nyina. Because the Galamsey no manage dollar. Because why establishing this turn-a-turn policy and it is running and Obia and come them.
But they are fighting Galamsey.
This artificial fighting.
Now who say we for the cameras.
Of I say I can was some way ya can harder. A dear minister to me tina camera ni mwesu no. Tina camera ni no su. Minister yen ya can harder. Yen nim say ya dada me o Galamsey community. Na me nim the way a Galamsey sikoso. Party constituency chairman we have evidences your friend is saying MC quite timid drip yes machines na yemfanyi ya kwan sabi obidi ya Galamsey on potemu bi won potemu ha o ye wo evidences police for ekoje machines ye Galamsey party chairman ejina waka say ma mo mfanko ye jina say ye ko Galamsey na Galamsey ye ko no on crime and ye kunu TV so and ye kunu obukum enna ye nyina ye to anansesem enna nsase no sei the bottom line is that uye koko kuani a etina bi no dollar ne be cost rank e wo say bi enye nsunsanso wo so no na asase a ye de ye koko no na asa na ahye onwanso de hyase ye ba ya ye be ku bi e de Galamsey ye de ye presidency ye de ye tumi to line no ye nsunsanso e ba ye so omo na hyase enne ne omo ba ya from omo national executives ebesi form Obia omo party ni mukra neka obia ye bi because omo di pesika and ye 2-1 ansem and so basically media they make say dollar no ye resiama policies na odi agu akomo me practically I think it's not sustainable
right
enti on pay ye pese ye manage dollar ni ya mom ye pay policy a budget towards production basically because ye nyina ye nim what drives the dollar this importation and so far as I yentimi for policies be my I bet me a gear towards production. Sa turn policy we and yes sustainable. We will end up at a point dollar ni besa escalate. Ebe cost review. Na ho na ebe hu because dollar cost ro won sa asin so asen. Ye be kan finish so man.
Well I say epe doctor. Mami Ramsey so say
quick one Mr. Tefree baby or end the so. Or say NDC abanyira John Dramani Mahama Galamsey na ye no eno ho nsunsanso na dollar no enya no na yura sami je fi gold board no ba beto gold a free Galamsey is for nko aho to turn free obi a Galamsey yes omo ye Galamsey so na yi for na na to free omo ntino da oka ko si se Galamsey na be koso yi so onima no oka se to turn free some companies be it's a big companies why gold board say omoni 9 large scale mining companies kabomu so mbeto good free omo ho enti se wonima Golden Team Mining Company Limited, Akroman Gold Limited, Adamu Resource Limited, Cardial, just say, make us a
contribution in the gold,
please, about 20%.
How? Why?
They make an idea say. And he said, "Who name we are? Remember, because he to go the only Galamsey as phone call. Galamsey have been to go the funeral. Me minimum beer or frame me so per gold board licenses maybe. Me frame you was a medium for office. Only some say gold not off over 12 free infa.
No chest source out on.
On chest source out gold ni free. In fact, me person me body. You was a medium for office. I branch about catch him so a Galamsey. To say so and fancy one.
Okay, so that's
what I
say. Yeah, dollar.
And for to change. Again,
offer money discussing a link. Maybe money discussing.
Again, or say
money discussing.
NDC. For na kasano e suro kosi from NDC for na kasa say omo ye Galamsey from so e kosi from hono. Organizer be na ka say free suro ho e be si from hono ye Galamsey. Sa in bodini si amount time organizer no wo NDC mu was NDC from a suru ho ebesi from mu nyina Galamsey amount time bodino
memo but
we tro body no listen you national platform so and to be try tro to obi so a na che say yen kontompo
ba names bi aba e bi no ma be din nice
please listen listen please on be odefa o see NDC penyini bi abeka say from a suru to form honum obia ye Galamsey
me see yabo yami onya national organizer
say yami na ka asem no Honorable Joseph Yami listen
yabo yami din say ono angasa ye bi
and omba meka say ono
that is immaterial at this material moment
na see statement no kind different from this baby or person different no o say NDC ni say from a suru obesi from ho mu ye Galamsey NDC ni be na ka sabodin
obeche one
but you professor from Watson o ye MPP ni o ye minister obeka kire say Galamsey no headquarters no henya Jubilee House o say Rakufo Jubilee House wankasa o say from Jubilee House I read the report offer me say I read the report obi a o tell me bia kwotwe professor from Watson o say Rakufo from
Galamsey issue is
we are fighting Galamsey
accusations and counter accusations and this MPP abreso no yeti bebre say if now capitals for bomb watching or no aso koche excavators be go ho be 500 any bad or excavators nyina naira yeah who pa crowd or no minister mo fighting Galamsey all the excavators so any bad or naira now no ya Hanabisiu any Mutala Muhammad they also on TV say so almost the koche adebecho ba naira. In fact, I don't want the fight against I don't want the fight against Galamsey to be politicized. A idea say you can't see a territory and Sadia, Yanko Yanimda, because NDC dear campaign TNPP, MPP dear campaign tia NDC, Mampenesi idea no, and yes, simple, sir. Let us all come together and fight Galamsey. And yes, sir, party be aba power, then crow for you sue the state machinery. To continue to do that, no, hey, and our constituency executive NDC what here. No, so no, or a small scale miner. All by the side of Sissa Nema, or someone call forest no more. Crawford go out forest so be angry mono, or where Kaya task force now call, or no NDC new, and what can say all him and not buying coffin because people are doing Galamsey in the forest and task force no per se or better touch them. I don't want the fight against Galamsey to be political because MPP for time, some problem will be wrong for a year now because they are in power. NDC bad the same thing. And Omoka. So what we are discussing is if the dollar. Yes. Dollar nejina. Dollar nejina. And the good unfortunately say, so call bank now transfer a maximum of 10 cedis 50 pesos near the Komao. But a started by 1 month. I feel the old is kakotoa. Dollar no bank force ibinio ene ebra Bank of Ghana share mpenifo no Ghana Union of Traders Association national president ene busa say him na dollar na Bank of Ghana for the good system no no efa because some call banks and say dollar no anyo. That's what we want to know because ya here e be a buy ya de be a pa but abama na ni ana from wa na nipa bi wo from a the omo ye no omo sabotage abai. We have the dollar, we are supporting the system. But me importer, na me call bank, na me sika akoda obe 1 month. Na yen transfer ma me a ba akodi edi nkomo say ne niam akodi demurrage because niam na be ka ba so transfer is ka bi ko there be import ne in France and the bill of lading na eden amano. That is where we have to focus on. What should we do now to ensure say dollar near 10.5 importer call bank obenya bi not to go to the black market and pay 12 cedis 80 pesos. Asana yokoba sa dia na just say 10.5 na buy so dia aba no. The purpose is defeated.
All right. Me that say. Me ba be call we say this so no. Me clear bibi kakra. NDC organizer. Ya maame hana bisi. In fact, issue ne ba no. Letter ba bonten. Excavators no wanchi excavator bia ankwanko see that police station anase baby. Oni ni team me kono eno mu ko hu yo mo kan e na ye do sei. In fact, now low bed in Kahun. The next day,
that's all he said. Though. I have the video.
Say, you
have the video.
Okay, and
I'm saying, let the video.
I'm publisher.
Can I say?
And I'm so publisher about
I have the video. I have the video that he says a mere match excavator. Also, one policeman in the crowd. No, also police or the police district police commander. Or Kobaya, right? Was district police commander.
Report.
That be on your report. The video is there.
And I'm the video
is Galamsey assembly. Mommy and find your politics. No. Link it to the dollar. No. It's Professor Bob Watten so 500
of our but no, I'm linking it to the dollar.
Okay, so let us come to the dollar. What is it? Let us come to the issue of the dollar.
Recently, Rajon Dramani Mama catcher and say, dollar no range between saying, or say 10 and 12. Yeah, the baby and say Embro 12 Emco 13 and one say, Yen Pesa Betty says so be tongue dollar be at 13 cities, 14 cities, 15 cities. And the Bank of Ghana also intervening, no be found. But the auto dollar between 10 and then 12. Between 10 and 12 problem behind then anyone but minim say they Bank of Ghana and penifo mu share yi mo de mo how to manim no measures o mu di gu akwa mu se na be ya enema bi o mu kom no o be free mu no Bank of Ghana will do that and I know it for a fact since obi turn the 12 cities president na mo be catch say between 10 and 12 nti ye say Bank of Ghana de na why na 10 no so no on betima regulate ni se na be ya omo so kwa on be nya sa sika ni bi na abeboa. That's the only thing I will say about it.
Okay. Right. For we dollar ho asem said the Bank of Ghana omo regulated dollar to ensure say enkosoro mbroso ene said the adwadifo no so ka say upe bi ata okọ banka uru sika koto initially see di na ohwe a na enya bi ama o na call na ohwe mienu na call na ohwe mienu so now edru be bosome eno mbusa say where is the dollar ya ebetimi enya pie na aboama say rate near 10.5 there then ebetimi so siano madam Galamsey video na ko yaba no I don't want us to revisit Galamsey issues so say that me can this is a video the program na mustala ne friend say hanabisi utiso na no mo ka say ade no nipa bi wo system no mu a say am fight wo mo a Galamsey because one is a minister one is a CEO omomie no say nipa wo system no am fight wo mo a wo fight ma Galamsey no it will fight you because the obechi ade ndi akoma no ono a na be ma ye jai wo mo a wo mo for the better of that ye ntie video no kakra bi na ntie de hanabisi kai and is it the control board? And when you remove the control board and they remove the control system, is it the control board? And when you remove the control board, the machine cannot move. Now, it was because they removed the control board. After the security agencies left, about 40 of them were taken over. They came, fixed the control board, and moved the excavators. 40 excavators in a way.
Me pacho, Samren. na mini low bed and na me frefre near you watching adiachina ka 7
so watch it
ehona tie ehonum na mini proceeding commander ne kokonto kwan enti we dey said na nyan ne dey machi
40 excavators na ochi na wunya low bed
police custody
ade be che onya low bed do ko e free 40 abana be ka 7
yes sir
33 etimi free nwura mu
yes enti
A few moments later.
And they removed the control system. Is it the control board?
Enti o se e hono ne police commander no enya problem say hefa na excavators no e fire. So enti baby o kwachere excavators no, he left it in the custody of district police commander. Say mo heso ade achi a e de low bed ide aba be fa. Ade achi okoy na ka 7. That is what Hanabisu.
But one can say or chichidi kugu baby.
No, that's
say
custody baby.
Oh, me pacho. Baby, I'm
a chi.
You are professor from Pom. What mu de kwa usimu de no. What's your GG excavators in no? Ye de ni nyina share we nsa. Enti ani ya GG ni nyina. Ya chichi ni nyina de share we nsa.
That's what I said.
That's what I said. But we say no. Enye se wakwa GG de low bed akwa fa ko si police baby na akwa ira.
That's what I said.
Say dem make am.
And we suma kwachi excavator baby. Police should take custody or take charge of it. Ade chama be fa. Me buy a post for man tra ho, so mat tra so no be aba be fa. Who should blame?
Because any party
commander. No, nobody said it's party.
Good. That's the
what
only thing I want to hear.
What I'm saying is that excavator ira will both parties in our time. Enti mo be fighting at the end holistically as a nation. Na nya say ye de politics e be mo because oba be sia tc mo no. Ko be betimi ayi bibi. Because I was na me Mr. Hanabisu de or yero. Because maybe I know nam no. Some crofo me yes ade we no. Niam o ye no very very dangerous. But the okoye nyina echi no na some excavators 40 a. Posifo betimi agade. Also oba ide ni o. To ne commander ni nya problems. Ade na ade ahye wo sasa we so. Because low bed so wonim say the low bed tie. Enye car ketekete a ebetwam akoba bi akofa ade a unhu. So the low bed crack kusi wa me nyini say me hu low bed after excavators 2 se bi etimi fa 2 a ene me nim de low bed kwa be fa baako the excavator 33 na ade achi ye ni na yakosi say firi ode a commander cry de ade ne share won san you should be questioned I don't know kase me ne commander ne nya problem into wo basa wo fight Galamsey a there are people in the system who benefit from it who as a minister see wo no omo ntwe ma we should look at how we can fight Galamsey very well. And then as a nation, the more you in Sasso by be say you cancer the end but you try several times and over the years. Intimi and yet successful. I mean message Gakrana for you quickly the Ablikuma North Abatono. Good evening, host. Is he talking about the vice president private jet issues about Okudito said he will resign as principal man, and this is truly okay. I don't know where you are getting. Maybe I would have some new call him anyway. Kwame na acidity I have for Achirensua and I would be free by Ghanaians are now without good governance and the visionary leader John Dramani Mahama. What happened in Ablikmanov lessons the clear indication of NPP will stay in opposition for long till thy kingdom come. My regards to the MD of Prestia. Okay. Good evening. Hussein made a submission that it has never happened in the history of Ghana that a government has restricted appointees to bear their running costs of vehicles. However, he made reference to 2022, where Akufo-Addo Bawumia reduced the salaries and running costs of vehicles of the appointees. So how do you reconcile this? So Mahama is copying all the policies of Akufo-Addo because he demonstrated during the run-up to the 2024 election that he has no policy. Good evening, I'm Mami Bruni calling from Sewa Johnson. It is good for government appointees to buy their fuel. That NDC man, he can talk. We know, can't you get another? Okay, please, no insults. Good evening, educative program. I cannot afford to mix it. Keep it up. Honorable George Osei Asumenin from Agona Asamai. Good evening. My name is Sumaila from Busa South, Fumbisi. So NPP people still have something to say after things that NDC is doing in Ghana. Ghana politics, we understand why NPP is bidding. Good evening, Mr. Host. Hey, I'm a Ghana. E-levy go, D-levy come. If you buy petrol, 300 cedis, you pay 27 cedis for D-levy. But how much is NDC government will kill us so from grandfather Kwewu Simpoa? NPP stop the mischief and hypocritical attitude and give credit to NDC. Joe from Abuase. Good evening, NPP never again. They will come in 2096. Samuel Jesse from Mankesim. Good evening, how NDC did to Ghana, I'm crying. We have short memory. If this young man for NPP will at least leave politics and say a little truth, I believe he will understand politics better, because whatever you say about dollar and fuel and Galamsey, this NDC government is far better and greater than the MPP. Benjamin Usu from Nigeria. Mr. Host, come to Bole area and see Gala there. It seems you hear Gala ho.
Sure, solar.
Master Planner Junior, Kintampo policy analyst. The fight against Galamsey has turned to beans. Galamsey is getting worse in this country. But Mahama has a huge task ahead of him. Being cocoa that his huge in bags are being smuggled regardless of cocoa board restrictions. Gold board will do worse, and the task force will help expedite the gold smuggling. Talk is different from action. It is now time for action. Okay. Good evening, Fa. Good evening. Greetings to Doctor. For do you know a price of a gallon of fuel will be increased by 7.8 Ghana cedis? Ghana, shine your eyes. Wafa. Are you aware that there is already 0.95% increase on fuel price in the budget? So in total, NDC has increased fuel price by 7.8 cedis per gallon. Ureku from Achim Oda. Greetings, Ofa. Please tell the NDC guy to stop the noise and tell GA Damien that we are waiting for the 1 job to 3 people policy. 1 is to 3 was the message. E-levy was far less cost than the Dumso levy. Mugabe from Banda and Kwanta. Right. Because of the high price of the fuel and his Dumso levy, that made President cancel his appointee's fuel is Kenka from, I think this one I've read it already. Please tell the NDC rep that we all saw the video Hanabisu and heard exactly what he said. So you should stop trying to defend it. Adequate from Techimai. What the MP communicator saying about Galamsey, he doesn't have any shame to talk about Galamsey on Kessben TV. In fact, MPP members don't know shame. He must tell us under whose presidency that Galamsey became common in Elembele, Ashanti region, Eastern region, and Central region. Good evening, Ofa. Have you now become the second panel member? Why do you allow the MP man to speak loud about Galamsey but never allow Hussein to do the same by instead interjecting? Please, maybe you didn't follow the explanation that I was doing very well, because I wanted people to know that the fight against Galamsey, if we say MPP did this, NDC did this, we will not make any headway after the two have spoken. Good evening, Ofa. Have you forgotten of toll money collected during first JDM period during the automatic adjustment policy when petroleum price dropped to the lowest ever since? Was toll reactivated? The same Sakawa, Sapon Smart from Trapping. Last one. Na you share ayawaso diene kakre. Bisi ayawaso. Ablikuba diene kakre winenko. For the day of Thanksgiving to God, closing the eyes of Ghanaians, the NDC was the day of secret increase of petrol, diesel, VAT, water, electricity. Ask the NDC why, Mr. Nkrumah from Sehi. All right. A brand new team. I'm from Mr. Benka message. I fetch me a doso party. Who are the mean kind of fetch me? Be a na brefufrono a do so na ya kind de amount. Mr. Asiano make a car baby a by election. Ya by election be a do so. Na entoka ho talensi tripone akwetia etiwa ayawa so wesogon, and then 19 polling stations at Ablekumanov. Where they see why I am anti-vigilante law. Then so more almost on by yes adieno or more ye police fuji na ho. Me to me. Kadieni see ya na security for na rap ya chiwo more yes adieno but you know sir by interior minister sebo say ye man on to aso. You be na ye to ase. Inti wo mo perpetrates our violence e wa Ablekumanov for no. It woman nyina be famra kwan so. Na NDC penfo so cause they are prepared to cooperate. If say nya omo NDC for nko a MPP for so omuhunu bi wo ho a omo so enim wo mo. E say be kwa akwatia. Na akwatia na ye be kɔ no. Say yentimi amfa omo kodi we amfa mra kwan so a obi e kwa akwatia na okoda no so ahwi ya na eho enye papa. We say next round amisha semfro so. The CA ihunu say ayawa so ogon. MPP ababra so the CEO na nye kra yenya commission of inquiry justice in short na tredwam o me recommendations bi se bi recommendations na ye adwuma e bi by now ye know the ye dre the say belante foi party no ya na asemagu no ba bi si ani hu se omo ho. What do you have to say? So be are going forward no ye koto ba bi obi abe hu se minsuro edim kokro moti na ekokere madwen.
Offer, Edika Mesa da wasi bio. Offer, first of all, me kokasa fidi bia so a eya na me kasa asem we. The CE or Ablekumanov no. In fact, I totally condemn the CE ni especially journalist na police officer was a journalist ho ban na wo no so tro na more tete journalist force na be omuntimi nya kwan adwuma oba ba ye no o amba so ba be wi elections mo journalist enti hu say in fact me rehu ye but yes one was yes and adeba kwa na ha me so kakra say esiwie ye no na ohwe the way anema ne se kona na Ghana for ekasetia sa ayina omoye journalist no. In fact, police IGP or intervene ye interdict a police officer na or den ho eji sa enema ne mu. Na ekoso no oyene kakra ye den e ba ye ama ntokwa bisi honom. Or future I condemn bibia violence be esi ho bia no me no me condemn ni nyina. But going forward na me pese me two Ghana ye politicians ni bi mufo. Yemfa she trimu se emre ye ninka so enne na NDC wo power ochina MPP be opposition ochina bi se MPP ba power kra na ono so be opposition ti so ye politician na wunya power emfa she trimu se power no so chen bibia ma wo enti no the power no ebetete eye timamufo ene Ghana for nyina am putting in that way. The entina make us say the SCC ni nyina na me pese meko eno no kra ene de atwam but ehun yi a wo kakra da so ho na me nka bibia kra mfasa issue we ho but ene me hu interview bia na hawakumsin na o grante ewo UTV wo so ono de wonam wiase nyina na wonim se NDC for target no ntono so ba police station nim say the target nti no so boa no ho e no ba ye meti na in fact it was unfortunate sa asem na okan ye no meti na me say then afa e na de we free asem ko for ye ne say NDC for nko a e na yes ade no in fact MPP NDC but just that ada no na obi an she MPP atade obi an she NDC atade because e wo ba police station na police station onye security officer na wafa weapon e de aba ho se wo so de ba be ho ban se unim se wo de o target man kofo a na che se wo bibi she utrimu se offer de make not ase yi de wo she utrim de ntina wo de na wo she utrim se abrante be fe ne Tarix ututu okun ya waso west ye registration se kan wo nyina akra den eba mu hawa kumsin wana okachire se wo kra de wana otutuo enti se wo ko police station na wonim se wakunkofo ma one man conformed them because of elections or constituency. Now who say baby, in fact, me tea is it chairman Sabonsu also or say I didn't know you himself comes in a diboni say ya. None can you can say no. I didn't young and I was so. Cause say the choir was so not just say MP before Kwana dear to Sampa, I was so dear. What diboni be bri honum. Yeah, no constituency.
Go boy is Castle.
Yes, Castle on what diboni be bri honum. Inti say MP before na kase onso diboni wona nkomo pese e de kɔ Castle ho na mmomanya honum dia. Na nka advice ameso me de MP before no say wa munim say de wa ye nie. Waboa mankofu awu nkofu adidem na mo say assigning ne say on Sambra polling station unim say voting out call low powers adentra me fra brante bi wo no mo se hwe ha akumsi na ba polling station wo pese me pie beto aba and am say
na incident nyansi ye no
yes incident nyansi ye no me fra brante wo so no pie nkoto aba because ha akumsi na polling station am say aden wo se hwe ohun hwe kra de ohun de oye no e wo ka so a etuo tutuo one nim tutu no kotutuo na se ekoku na de na obeye okay na me hu asem na oka no so legit intimate me kra na me convince so nkoto ma NDC ye candidate no but ehun ehye kofu bebre because of our kumsin na muni mo anyina na mo de na ba mo de ne ba okita pepper spray police ni ba ko in fact madam ba ko no wonum we police ni o se de ha ne says pepper spray no spray no police for na mo ba ebo no ho ban no o mo abiani e na koye e ko police for ni biani. It was praise na ko nipa na baba ho ban na ni a na chese nipa na wo wa target no no wa ma ne kwan so mbra wo so no no se de make out ase yes free honum osun free honum omo ba police for bon ho ba police for piampiam na wo gina ho na wo mia pepper spray se wo di gu omoni e na koye ekogu police nani enti me de metimi aka ne say e unfortunate but MPP for mu so e be free we mu tama mo wa ba mu ne e ka hwe ya mu ntie etuo tutuo ha wa kumsi na wo kunkofo mbasa begina wo kasa wo ye commando na mo frɛ no Kaswa Rambo se den na wo ji udin mi hu bi da wa Ghana abakosa mu se abaya anasa obapa etimi kasa wonu nim tuoto because of elections wo hu bi da offer if it's offer many fee mi hu say elections because no about tutuo ye kokan o se mi ana mi tutuo no oba obi ebo ni din Ghana fo hwe o de ba ade ba kwana say me ya ne say e ba sa no nanka me pese me measure hwe omo support de to ha wakumsi ne de antu no because who say Ghana for bebre na ani age say aya ha wakumsi say enam say ewia so na me wiase na say enipa dom na adwene boni say di ma wa hu sesa bebre pa yes and ye kwa kwetia me da eye Ramuntaka ase in fact Ramuntaka be ma police for no krampo no manya odobi ni enunu adobi e wo muntemu because so time so say be promote e bibia ntinu hu bi anya dem koso wo mu oso be make sure say akwatia na ye kono elections no dey see ye e wo ye friends ablekuma no e bi nsi e wo hobio and I trust his words minim so obetimi so ayeden aye but MPP before be start say kekan sembi amofa enam say MPP before aboabo mu ho we they are well prepared, they are ready to face any NDC tax be on beden omo beba honum enti we have been new
say they see
we have been new
but say it me crack hwepo no
but you know adibakwa em yakakran so say MPP they me den say MPP for muntiem embabuna mu wom na mudi omachi no data force for no nyina dwana kosi abruchi ye videos they ba say ye na ne
so say MPP aye meretia vigilantism
yes
ama omko ene de cho omo anya obi a
yes ana omko kan yo mo say MPP didiga omo video ba kwa me hwe o say MPP edidi eja omo
ba ko say MPP ma yen na ba ko so say mokoye merasa achi egum ene mo hu de atomo
sa you see eno no ka de emfa eno nto nchen emra be na MPP koye de chi omugum
anti vigilantism
boni be no mokoye because judge niti edwamu edi asem oba pemfo ma wura hono ma oba ne de na mu mirika dwane agane paboa wo court ho ni atima guma se ne de anya asem wo se ye kan vigilante ne ba what is say NDC vigilante ayawa so west ogon what is NDC vigilante bi akọ ebibi na nya bi before na no motiso enti ene de omo na omo ya omo niema wona wo so de mraba ene mra ne say adwuma emre short commission ba ya branch we friend ya ro no obobo pa me kai na me ye tai bobo e wo anyinam so a na ota ba honum abrante ne bobo yie and abrante ne nan ba ko asai because of Ayawaso West wogon by elections say course so abrante na pra enkofo di dem da dem abrante fe ne double emirishot commission no commission no committee no set up no aka kire Ghana fo nyina say abrante we ne di dwuma we and abrante ne na MPP odi MPP mpenifo achi boni bi anu aye no but Mr. John Dramani Mahama oma mra so nya den enya adwuma sa abrante no emirishot committee na set up no recommendations na e ba nya adwuma and ewura munta council so no try na we say na esi ye no so no enema esi ya nsi ye bia no bia no ka bia no omma mra na nya endi
that's it doc
over
momo de Ayawaso West wogon ene kaso awakum sin de yi de omo kan se mo time no say ni pay yes ade mu bie ni ho a modern farm akwan so ene to mo de mo no demu a mo to bra
ofa o say mo efi onimbra aban sesa ye ba ya Jekufo yewura Jekufo free so a enkofo de aba ne mo ba ye pam kofo free toilet a MPP aban de be ba ye no he has no idea about some of these things na yakwaba MPP pen so ena yenye hunu se sa nyoma ni nyina nye nti yemfa nkomra mu na yenhwe se sa nyoma ni nyina no ye be ye fio ofa de ma ablekuma issue ni say police for edi omokoye omoye vigilante groups asema yes and I will say it wherever because yes
also say
me see police for edi omko ho no
e ko he
ablekuma vigilante groups fa
sir
I am telling you and as what be sasem because asemo a yesi ni dance ni yetwa asem na hu bi didi dance one a chief superintendent me my charge of police training school for area and I know chief superintendent na bufu a we see the ball journalist for the first time most times and can lower ranks no na yes nanka eyama direction ama command say no men yes this time around adia journalists nya hwe leave panyan to the extent that we share video ni here ni lower ranks no were shocked like we are only sending this guy away
to the buyer na internet no yi ni film
make it come back o boss has to throw ni we no incident e see ye nyina hudo nyina see police for nanim opa videos eba bonti nyina ye be chi obi abono ye deputy organizer ye be chi no piapia no nyina no e see o police for nanim and they could have stopped it at a point of mo bu branch e tietia no wo hwe we ya at a point of mo bu branch e tietia no de o mo nan wo no ne ade no police for no nyina na o magira meanwhile now a branch e ye deputy organizer no gina police for nanim ene nkofu be twe a branch e free o monim e pia na de ne time o mu tietia no the police could have intervened na at that point o mu nyina ayra na commander odi domonim young lower ranks need taking instructions ekwe etoninsa chief superintendent aka one rank no owura commissioner's rank ACP obia wo hwe age ni so relatively or young obia wo sa daache no so onya vigilante sa na mo no ntu because o daache da nanim timi boss trosa na wo hwe police for nyina including enconform ko se o mu free Burkina ne ade akwa na oto ne ho no evidence say twi Ghana kasa bia ni wa wote Ghana kasa bia na Ghana ni regardless of baby a wo free o Ghana no dia akwa ne ye no Ghana ni bia soro moja wo baby regardless of baby a wo free kiki the way nipa ni si to ne ho omo ti wo dia dance say Ghana kasa bia ni wa wote na ye beto obasa no ye ko import we e di omo free outside Ghana di omo buy e be ye tutrasem o Ghana na ofa wo aban mu a security they know are very careful and na yenua ana yes yenua pani mu take ka say the next one no obehwe ni ye so wona to me ni krawa state security don't joke with it offer and someone see police for nanim no say ye mini business ye bu ni pasay ye omo be twe ni free police for nanim ena police for ni twe omo ko tietia no ye tietia na wie mo nyina na mo de body cameras ni ade di dwuma de asimonim sei no ko na otwe ye nyanchi obi e ka kire say wo interior minister ka kire say wo nyaye masa asemu enkokwa na wana adada e did am say from omo ye this state no to me no share omunsa o mine to me ni share omunsa edi besi police for so any national security for no omu nyina ya vigilante including the chief superintendent and interdict no because without any provocation me nim the entity was say but media ni na sum e dey satisfy ni paymasters na wo be coin na say yeah they call now abeka je say akwatia de won tiase and you expect MPP to accept that and come in that na on mining security revisa on show them e de gwa ye bia ye nyina ebewu but you be held responsible as those are more hands of affairs. It is a work to me. You don't do certain things.
But isn't it because say more power a to momo dia because so here the CIA was so go on. You hear say video no a omo koye yes ade ma no ye hu bi e de ne fa amra kwan so iti party ono so ayi bi ati aro no ono so ba power no say de o ye me nura no me so dem me ba me so you say that's what we are doing in Ghana.
The danger now is that for the first time in some way I see asofo nyina MPP the anytime aya waso the AC asofo CSOs obia kaseti aya no na ekofa ayi commission ni bae e na ekofa amra bae
report yende
no eno na tu ede mra ne bae no
no commission recommended ni pebia ye reprimand them just look at it and I hear look at aya waso work we no me national security pretty far posi penini di o manimu azugu
and this police and this police chief superintendent
look at this
no of and this the chief superintendent no
look at this what is the difference between the two until make say
and this the chief superintendent ni no boss throw we who say officer be boss throw
no maka na eba no
necessary addressing we
on e kaka no on do drive
necessary addressing we do be abetima when the chief superintendent na na boss throw
we state sponsored because omo agu car no mu a wono police penny do omo ba no for the do buy
but seriously of a point I making is say sa niam we no emo oman no and especially we say no money youngsters no we should be very careful because you go by the Bible principle of 70 years you have more years to live and that is why as a penny be ma command say communicate and I could do juma bi etisa na edi kwa say because power can change hands and swiftly within a very short time once the power changing hand and you'll be paid accordingly. And nothing that was a year very careful especially when nim did that a friend is saying screen so near no obi a record it all. Now the danger is that offer yenyina yenim nipa su ye wo obi wo ha wo ye ne dem fa bone nche ye be ka ne te say den MPP ba obetuaka na me tu abrante bi te say basentele efo I have read a little about him and I have gotten there say he's 30 or a little above 30 na ma ho kwane ye wo na opija o metri ne pija hwe wo ye ho mema sem bebra yakuja o ebrani bedu no na mpanifo ni nyina ada ebrani bedu se wunya saa nioma we so aketua no na wo mpanifo ni nyina yira adenti no mayira because na tumi afiri omu nsam na woni guard woni hwe woni support enti yentu ye hofo
okay
na dachi de obeye bia no da wani betimanya so aketua
dachi de obeye bia da wanim abanyofo no tranye ya mpanifo obesoma se koye no ombeda obekwa brochire na momaka akuya free ye be pa chawo enra na na emesre say party penfo ka say na koye dukwa na ikuku obi a kayen day. If you don't know, send your crew to Bamboy to watch Black Volta and get to Bole area and see you this and this man you lie if you are taking like what are you trying to say anyway? Good enough for how NDC did to Ghanaian. I think that NDC boy and his small boy. This will be a small boy. Hey, small boy. But why don't we make the Adwenkyere own make their election by themselves without any other party official from other constituency? I'm offer a tiako from Achimota. I know ya pa. Kiema Adwenkyere District Police Command. Omo ha about so. Who wouldn't free Adwenkyere constituency wo? Who free region no more? Who free don't come there? Na Kiema Adwenkyere for na. Who e be so ho? Ya inim se who free cry, who free baby or MPP NDC ni no. Can say go by election the money home say na make e do party for ni nyina kogu one constituency na my tension is very high general election ya chichim ibi e beka se Hussein one the team omonfa bia atwemanwa bieja na mukosia dota mo ho na we but edu by election obi free Bonga or original tema obeba obi free Sevi wan semre obeba to mu nyina be go we 19 police stations so mu nyina but akra we as we kwame hunu party mpanifo be bre wo hosa but this year no see Hussein yeko final word
offer we dey mesre yewra muntaka so wotie a I think there's almost set up committee now omutimi invite menua Simon obetimi ama ayi kakra because when you say the Burkina phobia then
and they met me
yes obetimi aboa
and they met me
aside that no so no see na police phone be because you muntaka fan serious you muntaka
chief superintendent no boss tro eno an ye dey we
una order police phone ni o say pacho me ba me
asem na ye twa hu bi dia ye we ono boss tro
alaji muntaka yeserew police for no Simon say na omo ankasa bibre na ye vigilante for enti we dey serew say inquiries no ya mu invite no na ombra no ombe chechere police for no dem say we vigilante no me da say na mada atifo nyina so
so am pani e be sha say o he
o china ye
ba so for say 9 am
no that time no flyer e buy ya na wrong enti na me emphasize one time no hu say exactly 2 but a one nam omunyina ye dey
Astati Jubilee Park the Premper Assembly Hall
yes Premper Assembly Hall yeah
Dr. Simon
over the mechanism say wo hwe de NDC for the beya oyi levy a enye obia na etua pay as you go levy na affect obia we ye fio ene wo de your friend is a doom so levy wo de 567 to 1 gallon so no Ghana ni wo Ghana nko a de akro pani obia betua your friend is saying na odeba we yi levy na fio eno na pay as you go ene what the doom so levy ye 5 cedis odeba to 1 gallon so uto ade nko a Ghana ha obetua bi ena odeba Ghana for a chance mui ma enche bebrede but ye nyina yenim say ye be fa ha mu say the asofo ne hye nkom no say obi beba ode be fa ha oni mu na ha no mu achi no ahoto beba mama yempem ko achi bi benya ahoto medas
right ebusiafo ye de dwedie no eba awie ote Hussein Ibrahim ya okasa edema and he's a spokesperson for the Ashanti Regional Minister and a member of the communication team for the NDC and I feel Dr. Simon Boato lecturer at Amstead Siapom Sansu Assistant Secretary Emma NP Atwuma Wabeya South Omino ena yenom di dwuma ene enso enwumbre malam yaya na woban simia no Emma mekwe mamenchia mebe Jane no Santasia pray dear who delight joint je also hear programming pa ne adofo a mo hwe na enwumre nyina yakramo nyame ado chira ene nhia o match dwumadi ne so ne fa nsemo aka nyina amra me de Kofi Appiah yakramo